Good evening, and welcome to Fast Break Friday, powered by Faithwork Sports and the University of Botswana, home of the UB Relics. Tonight, in this momentous evening, we have only one game to be played, and it will be a brawl between Ruby Rascals and Cobalt Renegades. I am your play-by-play announcer, Kutra M. Simani. Most of you guys who know me call me Steez, and I'm not alone. I am with Mr. Allen.
Sure, Steez. It's a beautiful Friday out here. I mean, it was very hot during 4 o'clock, but right now it's very great to see that the temperatures have cooled down a little bit.
I think we should give credit to the wind. Remember that the fans out there can join in the conversation and use our hashtag FBF26 and follow our YouTube channel, as well as find us on Instagram at Faithwork Sports. Let us go to meet the games.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're up for some action-paced basketball here between the Ruby Rascals and the Cobalt Renegades. And if I may remind you, last week the Cobalt Renegades played against their Midnight Roves, where throughout the entirety of the game, they didn't manage to find themselves, let's say, they were a little bit in the back foot throughout that game, but we're going to see if they're going to come up with their first win today.
All right, and remember that Faithwork Sports today has its verse, and it's taken from 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. And it says, do you know that in a race all the runners run, but only one person can come out victorious? Remember that we're all running to get the victory, and we should also not forget that we can work hard to be victors in our own right. If you are not the prize, then you're here to get the prize. I am Steez.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fast Break Friday right here at the UB Courts. Right now, we're currently waiting for the game to begin. And if you're wondering which teams are playing today, well, it's between the Cobalt Renegades and the team in red, which is joining us here today. But right now, we're still looking to see if there are going to be additional players being added into the lineup. But it looks like compared to last week, the Cobalt Renegades seem to have a lot of players on the bench, because last week there was a bit of a shortage in terms of players within the field. But right now, as we are looking into things at the moment, Looks like both teams are going to be coming up with a lot of talent, and I'm seeing a lot of players who were participating within the BBA finals that happened 2 weeks ago. So today's game could be very, very, very exciting indeed. But yeah, I mean, as we can see, the players right now are still warming up in the court. And it looks like today is going to be a very, very great day of basketball. But in terms of the difficulties of the conditions at the moment, the wind could prove to be a challenge for our sharpshooters here in the court because we are not playing indoors. So these outdoor conditions could prove to be very, very tough for some of the ladies out here in the court. But I mean, we'll see if the wind is going to quiet down a little bit as the day goes on. But yeah, right now we're still going to be seeing which of these two opponents are going to be coming up with the points today to submit themselves and move themselves higher within the log positions in the FBF 2025-2026 season. But again, right now, if Mr. Steezy, how do you think some of the teams are going to be opting up today in terms of looking at how the Cobalt Renegades at the moment have a lot of players within the bench?
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Allen. We need to be very wary of the lethal combinations that I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing the likes of Naledi from the Ruby Rascals, very, very dangerous. Lukani is also in the Ruby Rascals. And then in the Cobalt Renegades, the blue team, there's the people's favorite Andrea Drizzy. We have Peo playing for number 17, Nandi at 16, and then Sophia and Bokadi. If you remember the last time, there was a time when FBF had partnered with BBA. We'd seen the ladies there. They played amazingly well, where Bukhari was actually the best player of that time. So we also need to appreciate that it's also talent that is here, and the games are going to be... I'm expecting a very high-paced game. I'm expecting a fight, if not a war.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be a war right here in the court. Especially now that the temperatures are a bit cool. But as I said before, are these windy conditions going to throw off our sharpshooters here today? But it looks like the game is about to commence as the ref is starting to step into center court, calling for some of the players to step in. But right now, we're almost approaching kickoff time. It's currently 9 minutes to 5. And compared to other days, it's really, really a good day of basketball. And not only that, the conditions are good in terms of not dying within the field. But despite the conditions being a bit cooler today, it could be very difficult again for some of our sharpshooters in the court to make our shots. And especially with some players around the court, the number 17 in blue, Peo, last week, who was also one of those players who would drive into the box, especially within these tight moments. I know that they didn't have such a good game today, but I saw some hints of them, especially with some of their plays last week, that they could do something here today if given the right opportunity to do so. But we'll see if they do today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. Remember that Allen is going to be giving you guys the statistics and the technical know-how of the teams. I will be doing play-by-play, and immediately as the referee or the official blows his whistle, it will be my time to shine. Any last words, Mr. Allen, or any additional words before we get to the slaughter?
I mean, as we're heading to the kickoff, it's important for one of these teams to get possession early on in the game. And it looks like it's going to be red ball. And will they get the first point? Yes, they do. And it looks like Stacy there in the red got the first points for them. But right now we're going to be seeing if the Cobalt Renegades are going to be able to... Ooh, excellent block there by the number 2 Naledi from the Ruby Rascals. But right now, we're gonna be seeing if the possession is going to be at the red. But yeah, Steez, I mean, looks like you're right. It's going to be a fast-paced action basketball here today. And I mean, what do you think of the starting minute here, Steez?
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Allen, the game is looking rather interesting from the get-go. We have an overhead throw there by Bukhari and it misses. She was looking for both Andrea. I'm not sure if it was Andrea or Sophie, but they unfortunately could not manage to get the ball because it was a little too wide. I'm seeing fast paces there from Peo playing for position 17 for the blue ladies, or the ladies in blue, and then we have a lady there. It's Faith for the Ruby Rascals, the one now who had her hands on the ball. But we will be seeing this game in fashion, Mr. Allen.
I mean, right now, it looks like the Ruby Rascals are on top of things at the moment, and they had the majority of the possession for the game. But looks like foul's going to be called there. And it looks like the number 3 for the Cobalt Renegades is the one who committed the foul.
We're looking at a possible advantage there from Naledi. You need to understand that this lady has high accuracy in her shooting, and she doesn't disappoint, Mr. Allen. When you look at the statistics of how this lady has been playing over the tournament, or over the past tournament of Faithworks, they will tell you how this one goes. And that day was Michelle trying to get an offensive rebound, and the ball goes out of bounds with that unfortunate pass from Nonofo.
I mean, that play there specifically, they could have done something better with it, but we're still starting the game here as they're starting to freshen up the legs for the game. And here in the this year's FBF season, it's a game of 2 halves, so both teams really have to watch out in terms of that stamina throughout the game.
I hear what you're saying, Mr. Allen. Also, we're already seeing a bunch of other misses with the passes being incomplete as they end up going out of bounds. And unfortunately, that is something that we need to be very aware of. There's Peo now going down, and unfortunately, the game does play. And again, the game or the ball is going all out of bounds. I'm seeing Bukhari now talking to Dreezy out there on the far right side of the court. Remember that we're having the Ruby Rascals being at home. They're attacking from left to right, and the Cobalt Renegades are the ones that are away, with Bukhari now trying to get in for a layup. No, she passes out to Peo, and a nice 3-pointer there from Dreezy. It is denied by the hoop. They get an offensive rebound. Now the ball finds itself in the hands of Hazel.
I mean, despite the Cobalt Renegades trying to attempt that 3-pointer there, I think that they're going to be playing a game of 3 points here today based on their early output. I think they're going to be going more for the 3-point line, but Hazel at the number 23 backs it into the bucket right there, and it looks like things are looking up for the team in red.
It does look like that, and we're seeing the blue team trying to match up the energy. Will they be able to do that? That is Sophia there going for that wonderful layup and almost saved by Peo, her teammate, the lady in blue. Nice dribble there, nice steal there for the Cobalt, actually the Ruby Rascals. Oh, the pass, and it misses again, and unfortunately was not saved by the ever so redemptious Hazel. The ball was a little too fast for her feet, but we need to give her grace because the game has just started. On the court side, we're seeing a change in personnel. It's Sophia who is going to sit down on the bench, and I'm seeing the lady number 19. It's Tabiso. Tabiso is the one who went in. There's Bukhari. Bukhari gives it to Andrea on the far right side. Bukhari what's Drizzy gonna do? She gives it to the freshest legs, and then Bogadi goes for a 3-pointer, misses, and now we have a turnover by the Ruby Rascals, and Hazel again missing that pass. This is going to be a very dangerous position that we're going to be seeing the Ruby Rascals in, and now finally she nails the pass, goes in for a layup, ooh, and she misses. Nice defense there by Bewo, gives it to Bogadi. She's running alone there. Drizzy, no! Drizzy, unfortunately, the pass was too fast for Drizzy's eyes and her hands. We're looking at a very low eye-to-hand coordination here, Mr. Allen. I don't know what your analysis is telling us about how this game is looking from this moment.
Well, from the Cobalt Renegades side of things, it looks like Bogadi is having the majority of the possession of the ball, as always. Last week, I think Peo was responsible of that duty, but it looks like at the moment, Bogadi is the one who's trying to find the passes at the moment. But nice shot there by the number 9, but it doesn't go in yet. And again, looking to drive and find a point, but ref calls a foul yet again.
It is Drizzy, our position 9, the lady in blue, who finds herself at the center of that free throw line, looking for a possible advantage here, Mr. Allen. And we're seeing nicely done here. Hazel getting a bit of refreshment, but it's still totally no pressure on Drizzy. Let's see what she has to cook for us. Drizzy, and who it hits the outside of the ring, and the teammates showing great camaraderie, telling, hey, you got this. Drizzy, you are, personally the people's favorite usually when you're playing in FBF. Drizzy. No, she misses, and we have that turnover there for the Ruby Rascals. It's Naledi finding herself on the ball, and we have Michelle now giving it to Hazel. What's Hazel gonna do? Gives it to Michelle, a 2-pointer, no, and Beo now catches it for that wonderful reversal. It's a turnover now. The Cobalt Renegades are now on the attack. Drizzy outside the 3-pointer line. She passes an overthrow pass to Bogadi inside, right underneath, and the ball goes out of bounds just as soon as Beo was about to catch it. And now possession quickly, just like that, is lost to the Ruby Rascals. Nice dribble there by Hazel. I am not seeing anything, and the pass is missed there by Michelle, frustrated with herself, but she knows it's only the beginning of the game. Mr. Allen, let us know. I'm seeing, other players there who are going to be joining us tonight on courtside. It's Natasha, who was in the finals of the recent BBA tournament that was broadcast to you by FaithWorks. I don't know if you were there to see the game.
I mean, yeah, in terms of how they've been playing today, it looks like, it's the first half. Things are starting to get off to a good start from the Ruby Rascal side of it, and it looks like, again, Hazel looking
to be a very dangerous position. Shout out to Drizzy before that wonderful turnover and that attack we just saw by Hazel. And now Drizzy is the one who, even though the official had called it, also gets an advantage for her teams. And we're looking at Drizzy again finding herself at the free throw line. Will she be getting a potential 100% score on this session of the free throw line? That is up to her to decide. It's now a game between Drizzy and the ring itself. Will the ring come out victorious, or will Drizzy stand tall?
Oh, great shooting.
Oh, nice.
There, but unfortunately.
Nice rebound there by Drizzy. Gives it to Bogadi. Let's see what she does. Cooking a 3-pointer. No, the 3-pointer does not suffice. The distance on the ball was a little too wide for Bogadi there. Remember that Bogadi in the court is amongst the prominent players in basketball. The statistics might actually prove that when you look at the way she has been playing in the last half of the season 25 of FBF. That was happening over a couple of months ago in FBF.
And I mean, right now things are looking quite up for the Ruby Rascals right now, because it looks like right now they're playing a little game of pass the ball to Hazel, but she isn't able to make that 3-pointer, but it looks like Drizzy is in possession of the ball.
And I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Allen, it looks like these guys are playing a game. I don't know if they had long days before they came here, and nicely done there by our lady Tabiso, who lets the ball go out of bounds for that little advantage. We're seeing now the ladies using the court itself to their advantage. We're seeing a possible communication in between Dreezy and Tabiso. They're laughing. I'm not seeing if they're cooking anything, and on court side, I'm seeing a possible change there. Cobalt Renegades.
I mean, from our point of view, it looks like the Cobalt Renegades could have the advantage in terms of the amount of players within the bench. But right now, it looks like the Ruby Rascals could face an issue in terms of getting some substitutes in because it looks like the Cobalt Renegades are the team at the moment with the players to sub in. But a shot there by Dreezy, two-pointer, and unfortunately she doesn't make it, and it goes back to Borhadi, and it bounces off the rim as the still trying to find a point. An excellent steal there from Tabiso, and adds a two-pointer there for the Cobalt Renegades. And I think that was a great possession of play there from the Cobalt Renegades, especially with that very important steal there. And again, they have possession of the ball as Bukhari passed the ball forward, and Barrow with the faker, and oh, another two-pointer. Looks like the Cobalt Renegades are starting to find their groove right now. But the ball again finds Hazel around the D, and looks like they're starting to find a little bit of trouble getting inside. But again, the ball finds Hazel. Goes for the two, but it looks like the wind could have had a big implication in terms of that shot. But right now, ref again blows his whistle as the game has come into a pause. And I mean, Steez, looks like the Cobalt Renegades at the moment are starting to find their groove.
We're looking at right now the teams are having a timeout. Man, I want you to also look at the way this lady has been playing. Michelle, she's been playing amazingly well with Hazel. Initially, when Hazel started, she was missing a lot of the passes, Mr. Allen, but it looks like she is finding her footing, and great support there from Faith that has been happening. Over on the blue side of things, we're seeing Dreezy and Peu alongside Sophia and Mohadi playing tremendously well, and we'll see how this game will most likely go. I'm looking for somebody we can talk to, but we will talk to them, the people who are sitting courtside. We'll talk to them as these games are progressing. I want to know which one do you think will actually inevitably walk out with the victory from this game?
I mean, based on the current energy that the Cobalt Renegades are giving right now, and especially with the amount of numbers they have on their bench, they could stand a chance to win this game. But I mean, there are some star players who played in the BBA Championship Finals within the red team's lineup. But again, fatigue could come in and actually be a big factor here in this game. But in terms of teams that could be more likely to win, I think that the Cobalt Renegades at the moment are the favorite, as Bukhari makes a shot.
And it is Bukhari on the free throw line, and alongside her on her left side is Tiamo, on her right side supported by Peu. Attacking, really defending, right, is Faith. And let's see what Faith is going to do. Tallest lady on the court right now, just next to Naledi, that towering with Peu. We'll see how this one goes. We're seeing an attack now. It is Michelle for the Ruby Rascals. What's she going to do? Who's she going to give it to? No, they miss. And right before the ball goes out of bounds, the official says, now you guys are playing soccer now on the lovely game of basketball. And the ball finds itself in possession of the ladies in blue right now. We're seeing Tabiso. Tabiso's the one who's trying to give it far and wide to Andrea, but Peu is the one who catches it right before it arrives to Andrea. Andrea again, and it's Tabiso. Tabiso now to Bugatti. No, and she misses again. These 3-pointers are proving futile at these points, these attempts. However, they say if you If you fail, try and try again. Maybe hopefully 3 times a charm. We will see how this game is going to be panning out towards the heated moments of this game. I'm really looking forward to seeing how both these two teams are going to be playing right now. We're seeing Hazel now. She hasn't stepped out of the court for that little breather and that nice attempt there by Bukhari, smiling because she knows where she's poking at a potential victory. Mr. Allen, we're seeing Lukani now preparing to get in. No, she's not getting in, but let's keep our eyes on the court. There's Peo now making her way towards the underneath of the rim. They're not seeing her. I'm seeing a little bit of defense there by Hazel and Bukhari on the far the center court, right on the far side of the center court, talking to Drizzy. Drizzy, is she eyeing? Who's she eyeing? She's not eyeing anyone. She wants to go for a layup, and no, nice defense there by Hazel. And now it's the ladies in red, Ruby Rascals. Now we have Nunofo and Michelle. Nice passes there, and now the pass finds itself into the hands of Faith. Faith gives it to a nice combinations.
Yeah, it looks like the wind blew into the right direction, which could have pushed the ball away from the hoop. And as I was saying before the game started, the wind could be proved to be very difficult for some of our players to make that shots, because that shot was going in up until the wind started to prove to be a challenge, as Pewo gives another point to the Cobalt Renegades.
Nicely done there by Beo. We're seeing lovely games there being played. Nice dribble there with I'm seeing Hazel now sidestepping Bukhari, the lady who at the moment looks to have the fastest legs on the court. Nice defense there by Beo. Beo assisting Drizzy, and Drizzy gives it all the way to her teammate, and it is Tabiso. Tabiso getting that nicely done 2-pointer there, with now the Ruby Rascals finding themselves trying to attempt to compete with this excitement. And the official says, the ladies in blue, you guys have traveled. And now we're seeing a change in personnel. It's Lukani walking in, and she's talking to somebody. I am not seeing the person walking out, rather it's Faith who finds herself coming to sit down on the bench. She is catching a breather, and we're seeing Bukhari now with her hands on the ball. What's Bukhari gonna do? Is she gonna cook? Is she gonna miss a 3-pointer? No, she misses, and unfortunately we're seeing a turnover now on the hands of Nunofo. Nunofo gives it to Lukani. Lukani tries to pass it to Michelle. Michelle Rabonisipe, nicely done there with the turnover gotten by Tabiso. And now the ball is in the hands of the lady I'm not seeing on the far left side. It's Masisi, who also is the newest legs on the court, playing for position 21 of the Cobalt Renegades, Mr. Allen. And we're seeing a whole lot of other competitions now that is happening. The game is proving to be a bit more competitive as we're going on, and I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. It's Nunofo now. Nunofo trying to pass it before inevitably the ball flows out of bounds.
I mean, the Cobalt Renegades right now are not only doing a great job in the attacking side of things, but some of the players here, especially Peo and Drizzy, have been making those runs for some of their teammates to give them the ball so they can implicate or impact the game here today. But we're still going to see if the Cobalt Renegades are going to win by either more than 15 or 20 points. But based on how both teams are playing, and if the team in red gets things right, this could prove to be a very tight game.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen, for that wonderful analysis there. We're seeing change in possession, rather, with the Ruby Rascals now finding themselves rather in possession of the ball. And nice pass there to Naledi, and Naledi, who's going to give it to, she's eyeing somebody, and she's eyeing Lukani on the far left side of the attacking side of the court. And it's Hazel there attempting a 2-pointer, slightly almost at the 3-pointer line, and she misses Drizzy now. Drizzy talking to Tabiso, and a nice overhead pass there, and how disappointing.
I mean,
we could blame the wind, Mr. Allen, but I would say that a little bit of power is needed in these games.
Or maybe the short direction of the ball, but I mean, it's a game of basketball. This is basically a game of instincts and muscle memory. but right now, both teams are still having discussions within this brief timeout period. But at the moment, as things stand at the moment, both teams right now are looking to discuss things technically. As right now, it looks like the Cobalt Renegades are now starting to find their groove, as we're left with only 9 minutes within the game. But before we reach the halftime break, it looks like both teams are going to be playing quite a good game of basketball here today. But looking at the bench, there are almost 6 players there for the Cobalt Renegades compared to the Ruby Rascals. One right there for the substitute options. But we're still going to see if it's going to turn out to be a David versus Goliath type of game here, because it looks like David right now is dodging all the rocks being thrown here from the Ruby Rascals. But we're still going to see as Hazel is in possession of the ball, but her feet was over the line as she made that pass, so the play has to be called back in favor of the Cobalt Renegades. And the ball is now within possession. The Cobalt Renegades as Dreezy finds their number 24 at the corner, and Dreezy again still trying to find some options here as Preo is looking to drive, and again the ball ends up in Dreezy's hands, but great defensive effort here from Cobalt Renegades. Ruby Rascals, my mistake there. And right now they're going to be playing a slow paced game of basketball, as they're going to be looking to cool down the pace of the match a little bit, so they're not to concede that much. And that was actually the first point they scored within the last 7 minutes. So it looks like, yeah, I mean, if it continues like this for the Rubies, we're going to see how things are going to be happening here today in the court as the sun sets here.
Aggression there, tremendous aggression there by Peu towards Naledi. Naledi had put up a really nice block, I won't lie. I was very much impressed with that, but it had a little bit of aggression. And we're also seeing some new additions to the team while the game plays. We have Keleso playing for position 21 for the Cobalt Renegades, and we also have Kesiro rather playing for position 21. It's actually Kesiro 21 and Keleso 24. And while we're talking, Mr. Allen, there's a little bit of some nice action there that is happening inside of the court, and we're not seeing how these things are playing, but I am still yet to tell the difference between victory and just a still game, because it looks like the two teams are at a stalemate with just nicely done, with just now a 4-point difference between the Cobalt Renegades and the Ruby Rascals, with the Cobalt Renegades now increasing their lead. And it is Keleso, the freshest lady, the lady with the freshest legs on the court, who's now facilitating that one, and it's Hazel now for the Ruby Rascals. Hazel talking with Lukani. Lukani is the one who has her hands on the ball, passes it back to Hazel. Hazel, who's she gonna see? No, she's talking to Lukani again. No, and it's too wide. That would have been a nice strategy had it been successful. We could have seen a nice attempt in closing or catching up to the margin that the Cobalt Renegades have put in. And I'm seeing nice dribbles there by Dreezy communicating and talking to Tabi. So what's happening now? Turnover we're seeing nicely done by Hazel. Hazel has been on the rebound and the turnovers for the Ruby Rascals. What's Naledi gonna do now? Naledi gives it back to Hazel. Naledi Rabone Ope, she goes into attacking position, and now no rebound there by Naledi. Yes, Mr. Allen. Naledi slightly puts it in there, silencing the screens that were put by the spectators of the Ruby Rascals. We're seeing a 2-point difference now, and it's Tabiso giving it to Peo, a 3-pointer. No, nicely done there. And I'm seeing Kesego Masisi trying to get that rebound and unfortunately failing, resulting in the Cobalt Renegades being the ones who have that advantage. I don't know if I'm seeing properly or is it me, Mr. Allen, but that looked to have been happened very weirdly to how I understand the rules of basketball, but the officials' rules are the ones that stand, and the advantage, there is no advantage, rather the ball just went to, no, the ball went directly into the hands of the Cobalt Renegades and nicely stolen there by Sophie. Walks in like a rocket, a miniature rocket, getting there and almost not tying, but increasing the margin again to 4-point difference. And nice block there by Kiletso. Kiletso is the one playing for Cobalt Renegades. Nice catch. No, but she finds herself hitting the metal pole that holds the backboard and the ring. Very dangerous play there, Mr. Allen, by the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, there are no safety precautions right there from right there at the barriers. But if you're looking at players who are currently doing the most, despite being 4 points behind in this game, Hazel seems to be getting some of the rebounds and also getting those turnovers for the team. So she could prove to be a very important player here for the Ruby Rascals. But right now the game is currently 14-12 to the Cobalt Renegades. But will the momentum change as the ball finds the number 18, Michelle, who ties the game for the Rubies?
You see what I'm talking about, Mr. Allen? You know, this game of FBF, this tournament is very, very hectic because the game can change in any phase at all. We've been seeing a huge 4-point lead there. We're trying to see who's going to win. Sophie getting her hands on the ball, and we're seeing a possible fight there from Michelle. She's the one who resulted in that foul being called there by Mr. Referee, the official, and the lady is now trying to get the ball. It's Lukani now. Lukani giving it to Faith. What's Hazel gonna do now? Hazel still dribbling, and it's very hectic now. Nice pivot there, gives it to Naledi overhead pass, giving it to Michelle for the Ruby Rascals, and it's back in the hands of
I mean, if you look at how the game is going, looks like the Cobalt Renegades right now are looking to extend the lead because both teams are now tied 14-14. I mean, it's a despite the low amount of points, we could put some of these, or should I say, the wind could be contributing into the amount of points being scored here today, because right now it looks like both teams are struggling to make the 2 to 3 pointers, but yeah, it seems that it's going to be a game of driving right into the paint and finding those 2-pointers.
I will not lie to you, Mr. Allen. It's the 3-pointers that are proving a bit more difficult for the two teams right now. We're seeing a war and a brawl now, with the ball just bouncing on top of the ring and choosing not to go and touch the net now. Ruby Rascals finding their possession on the ball, and it's Hazel missing the ring by a huge margin, and she's looking for a potential swap. I'm not seeing if the officials can call it. No, they're not seeing anything, but however, the game still continues. It's Keletso now who has her hands on the ball. Who's she gonna give it to? She sees Siamo on the far right side. Siamo gives it to Kesego Bogadi, and the 3-point attempt, it hits the outside or the side of the backboard, and it goes out of bounds. And I'm seeing now ladies are scrambling, and the official now is calling for that amazing change in personnel. And finally now the Ruby Rascals lady Hazel is the one who changes personnel. Asutela Faith And Faith is the one now who walks in as they now prepare for an official timeout. We're looking at 4 minutes to play, Mr. Allen, for the first half, with just both teams having 14 points each. Usually by now, the scores are over 30 points in cumulative, but right now we're at 28 points in total cumulative points between the two teams. Are we looking at a potential change towards the second half? Are we looking at a stalemate of a game? Or are we looking at another disappointing turn of events? Or are we looking at the shocker?
If you're talking about shockers, I don't see any shockers here in this game. Especially looking at the caliber of players within these two teams. But if the Ruby Rascals manage to get a win here today, that could prove to be a statement because if they're able to get a win with only just 6 players within that bench, I mean, it will prove to be, or should I say, it will stamp a statement within the FBF League here right here in the UB courts. But if you're looking in terms of which teams could win this game again, the favorites are the Cobalt Renegades right now, looking at the bench. But if any of these teams are looking to find some buckets here today, I think that going for the drive and the 2-pointer could be a better option, especially with the windy conditions out here.
It is FBF26, Mr. Allen, and we're underway with just 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. We're seeing a tie between the two teams. The ladies in blue have 14 points, and the ladies in red have 14 points as well. Nice 3-point attempt there, and it misses, and the ball now falls in the hands of Kesero. Kesero doing a corkscrew right in center court, flexing with the ball, aura forming at the same time. 3-pointer, no, it misses. Nice catch there by Peo, and she finally manages to give that Cobalt Renegades a necessary lead. We're seeing a nice fast run there by the ladies in red, and it is Ruby Rascals number 21, Lugani, who tries to go for the layup Alenosi, and unfortunately it does not prove successful. Futility is all that she saw. Mr. Allen, we're seeing Lugani on the free throw line.
Ooh, it looks like
smooth.
Right now, in terms of the free throw line, it looks like the Ruby Rascals have the advantage there because they've managed to get 2 points, but could it be 3? Yes, it is. That is 3 points from the free throw line for, should I say, 2 points for the Ruby Rascals on the free throw line. So that means that if they manage to get small edges into the game, such as free throws, they could walk away here with the win today.
And we're looking at the nice potential defense there done by Ruby Rascals. And we're now the turnover. The turnover now, it's Nonofo giving it all the way to the lady in red, number 20, Faith. Nice catch there by Naledi. Naledi as the one who loses possession of the ball, and it's now in the hands of the Cobalt Renegades. It's Kisiho, right, who finds herself, being called out by the official now. Kisiho could have been seen a succession of 2-pointers immediately, with each team's getting possession on the ball. Nice play there, nice dribbles. Sophia Bonasepe, and the ball goes out of bounds, with Peu raising her hands up to show the official that her hands were not on the ball. It was on the side of the other team. Bukhari now leading the attack, with Peu walking towards the other side. Center court now is Bukhari. Far right side is Sophia, who's Sophia gonna give it to right in the middle, they cheeky one, and she steals it. It's Bukhari. Nice.
First 3-pointer of the game. It looks like it's not the first, but it looks like her first of the game, and it seems that those 3-pointers she has been going for in this game are now starting to work for the Cobalt Renegades.
And the Cobalt Renegades now losing possession of that ball. It's now Kisiho on the ball. It's Cassie on the ball. We're seeing Sophie now. Bukhadi in center court. On the far right side, I'm seeing Peu calling the ball. No, it's a layup by Bukhadi. She's in her element, Mr. Allen. Bukhadi is in her element. And now the threat is on again. The turnover with the lady slipping on the attack side is the lady 3-pointer. Naledi now silences the blue team. Naledi silencing the blue team right now. And I'm seeing the blue team. They're looking to see if the score has changed. The ladies and gentlemen, the score is tied. And the last time we talked about the scores, it was 14-14. Now it's 19-19 with both teams sharing the same number of points. Bogadi now, what's she going to do? Is she going to attempt a three-pointer from center court? No, she's not that bold. She's going to be selfless, giving it to Sophia. And Sophia, they say, Sophia, no, you traveled, the dear sister. And we're seeing the lovely lady there for the Ruby Rascals. It's Michelle walking out, letting Hazel walk in now. She got a nice spread there, nice dribbles there from the Ruby Rascals. Turnover, no, it's still in the hands of the blue team, and the ball goes out of bounds. Naledi now finds herself leading that advantage. Now Hazel giving it back to Naledi. What's she gonna do? It's Naledi. No, by Nella, the lady in dread, Faith, and Faith unfortunately does not catch the ball, leaving it go out of bounds. That would have been a nice attack there, led by Naledi and Hazel on the far right side, switching cross court towards the left side. That is where the attack proved futile, Mr. Allen.
I mean, with the remaining minutes here in this game, both teams are still looking to fight for that lead going into the second half. And the ref again calls.
Yeah, it's a good foul now for the Cobalt Renegades. They're finding themselves getting an advantage here with that foul being placed on the lady Sophie. She's now walking out and letting another teammate walk in. Oh, three-pointer did not become successful. I'm seeing Peo shaking hands with a team of opposition. They know each other, these ladies. They've played tremendously well against each other, with Bogadi leading the points with a two-pointer. Cobalt Renegades seeing the touch of 21 points, and now the attack goes on. Are they looking for redemption? Yes, redemption on and on again. It's now neck and neck with just under a minute left to play. It's neck and neck. Cobalt Renegades now, they're trying to extend the lead, run away from this unbearable tie. This game is very, very much tied, Mr. Allen. I don't know if the teammates know each other. I don't know if the two teams know each other. No, it's a mess. It's a mess, and now we're trying to see that defensive rebound they caught by Peu, and it's not caught. A nice timing there by Hazel. Hazel is the one who's now calling for the ball again, and she's going to shoot for a layup. Hazel, no! The ball hits the back of the court, and she's on her own out there, Mr. Allen. And the ball now finds itself in the hands of the blue team. Turnover. Bogadi gives it all the way to the lady in blue. It's Nandi now.
I mean, at the moment, it's deadlocked right now, but we're still going to see if the Cobalt Renegades are going to get the lead here as the first half is about to end, as we're only remaining with 5 seconds, and we're going to see if there's going to be a buzzer beater.
No, and they miss as the countdown clock goes to a halt. We're looking at by far some of the most competitive halves we've ever seen, Mr. Allen, here in Faithworks. The tournament is beginning, and Ruby Rascals and Cobalt Renegades are playing a game neck and neck. The two teams are one foul away from also having a tied number of fouls. However, we want to talk about the play that has been happening. I'm not sure which one is going to pick up the victory. Initially, when this game started, we had the Ruby Rascals being the one that had the highest energy in the court, but it became a game of numbers with the Cobalt Renegades adding more and more players into the court. We're seeing nice changes in personnel. Good play there by Bogadi, good play there by Drizzy, Andrea, Nandi. Bewu defenses today that are on point, and then with the Ruby Rascals, we have to give a round of applause for Hazel, who has been going on the attack. Initially, she wasn't seeing the 2 pointers and the 3 pointers, but now she has come back and Bogadi also got in her element. We're seeing a really tight game, Mr. Allen.
It's a very tight game, but message for the Ruby Rascals.
the Lady NG Buckets team having the least number of players on the court, on the bench side, but the team actually picked up a victory. And today we're seeing the team that also doesn't have the highest number of players also being the one with the highest number of misses. They're missing the 3-pointers, they're missing the passes, Mr. Allen. It's very, very chaotic, but we will see how this game is going to be playing. We have a lot more time, but we're not seeing anything now. It looks like the official is calling them to come in again, and now we're seeing a change in positions. It's now the home team attacking from right to left and the away team attacking from left to right. We're going to be seeing how this game will be playing, Mr. Allen. I'm really not sure how these points are going to be looking, but we need to also be aware of all of the things that have been happening on the roll right now. It's the Cobalt Renegades having nice assists there. I am seeing number 22, who is Sophia, also appearing to be making the highest number of assists here with the Cobalt Renegades. Bukhadi also having the highest number of attempts, and Hazel for the Ruby Rascals also getting that huge shout out from the longest roll we're seeing. And there she is in the court. If you guys that are watching at home could check out, you'll see the lady there. Hopefully she will be seeing that nicely done there. We're left with 120 seconds before we can eventually get to the teams. I want to interview a little bit of someone out here who actually want to talk about the game. I'm seeing a player from another team. It's Yes, we're going to be interviewing a player. Last week she played tremendously well. Hello. No, come on, you did play really well. I'm so sorry for ambushing you like this. What do you think of today's game? Is it a game you're looking forward to? Tell me, which team do you think might actually inevitably pick up the amazing victory?
I think the Cobalt might take this one.
We didn't catch that?
I think the Cobalt Renegades might take this one.
She says the Cobalt Renegades might take this one. And look at Hazel eyes side-eyeing you. How when they got
But I'm sitting behind them, meaning I believe they can do it.
All right, thank you so much. It's the lady who was playing last week here in FBF. She's saying that even though she is sitting behind the Ruby Rascals, she's potentially seeing the Cobalt Renegades actually taking this one. I'm seeing a whole lot more people now that I was seeing as they were in the bench. Shout out to Cobalt Renegades. They came here to play and are here to win. Remember, the verse of today is 1 Corinthians 9, chapter 9, verse 24, and it says, the race might have started and you are supposed to look out for the prize. If you're not the prize, fight for the prize. Who is the prize? Who is going to be walking away with the prize? The prize is a victory for bragging rights here in FBF tonight. It's this momentous game of FBF Fast Break Friday. Remember, FBF 2026, hashtag FBF26. That's our social media lines. We're seeing amazing stuff here. Amazing stuff. The statistics, Mr. Allen will be giving us the statistics in just a short little while. Remember, social media. It is hashtag FBF26. It is our season 2025-2026. It's going to be ending next year around winter. But however, we're looking at a really good start of this tournament.
now, if you look into the stats for the Ruby Rascals, it looks like that top points scorer at the moment is Hazel, who has 7 points right now. And it looks like she's also one of the current leaders within the team in terms of steals, as she has 3 of the steals for the Ruby Rascals. But if you're also talking about some important players here from the Cobalt Renegades, especially within the lineup at the moment. The number 23, Bogadi, has 8 points. Actually, she is one of the leading point scorers here in the game for the Cobalt Renegades. And not only that, she has also been able to capture a steal and an assist here within the game. And also, she's back there as one of those players who are also doing the most for the team. She has 2 assists and 10 overs along with 2 points within the game. And looks at things, despite it being a tight game, it could prove to come down into the individuals from both teams on the side to get points for the team, especially within these windy conditions. The players that should be receiving the ball should be the right here in the court. But I mean, Steve, these right now. In favor of winning the second half. The number team tied for the first half, but that looks like we're going to be fighting to win the second half. As the Cobalt Renegades right now within the first half, and we're still going to see if the Rubies right now are going to take advantage here in the second half, especially with them being fresh out of the bench. But we're still gonna see if the Rubies, should I say the Ruby Rascals, are going to be dominant within the second half.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. The game is about to start, and we're now having the Cobalt Renegades being the one leading this attack now. It's the lady on the far right side of the court, and a nice turnover there from the lady in red. What are they seeing? They're not seeing anything interesting, and the official says no. Hazel now. Hazel has her hands on the ball. She's going to be giving it to Naledi. What's Naledi going to do? Who's she going to pass it to? Back to back again to the lady Hazel. They're putting a brick wall with the lady diving as Drizzy walks up to her. Drizzy takes advantage, helping the blue team and the blue ladies picking up the victory. It looks like the lady has a genuine injury. The lady did not dive. She has a genuine injury. Very concerned there. Both the teams now are going there to check her out. Paramedic, I'm not seeing paramedics on site, but the teams are actually,
I mean, by the looks of things, her knee is bending a little bit, so it can be an ACL injury. So this could be a serious injury from her ankle area, but we're still gonna see if she's gonna be able to continue with the game here today.
This is very, very concerning, Mr. Allen. We're looking at the ladies now asking for ice. She requires immediate first aid treatment, and looks like ice is going to be there. It is an injury. It's very, very hectic out here in court. The lady looks like might not be able to play. We will see her. We've seen these kinds of things happening. It's honestly an honest mistake from the player. Might have not stepped well, twisted her ankle, might have slipped. You know how these courts can be very, very slippery, Mr. Allen. Thinking, or they might not look that. But however, the game continues. It's Hazel now going for the attack. No, and she doesn't go for the shoot. I think that little injury, Mr. Allen, might have unfortunately have did the opposite of dousing the team's morale.
I mean, they came into the game with only 6 players, and looking at the bench right now, the Cobalt Renegades have the advantage. And as I said before the halftime break, this is a game of David and Goliath, and it looks like Goliath at the moment is chucking those stones back at David, and David right now is on the floor covered in red. But yeah, we're still gonna see if the Ruby Rascals are gonna still come up with something here today, as she intercepts the ball and manages to add the 2 points for the Ruby Rascals. And if it continues like this, it could prove to be a good game for them despite being limited here in the bench.
We're seeing now the tie, back to the tie again. Now Bukhari, what's Bukhari going to do? I'm not sure what Bukhari is going to do. But now the ball finds itself in the hands of Drizzy, who loses possession. And there is Naledi with the turnover. No, yes, it goes to another lady in red. It's no for now. Nice catch there by Peu, and Peu unfortunately does not manage to keep her hands on the ball. Boradi, and then there's Boradi falling short of reaching the ball and giving up halfway. The ball was simply too fast to actually be caught by these ladies. These ladies are actually playing very well, Mr. Allen. Looks like these 17 minutes that are left to play are actually going to be proving competitive. 3-pointer by the lady in red. It's Hazel, and a rebound. A rebound now goes to the lady in red. It goes to Faith. If I am seeing properly, Mr. Allen, it goes to Faith from a potential 3-pointer to those 2 points. And now the Ruby Rascals are in the lead. Ruby Rascals are in the lead now. There's Bukhari trying to silence Goliath. Mr. Allen was calling the red team Goliath, and Goliath was down. And almost now Goliath is still floating. Haritora, will Goliath be rising or will Goliath be down? Because we were seeing potential lead extended there by the Ruby Rascals.
I mean, right now David is chucking those racks back at Goliath, but yeah, right now looks like despite having some limited options in the bench, they managed to find themselves 2 points ahead within this basketball game. But I mean, basketball basically comes down to the final ends of the half. So I mean, despite the great start here within the first half, will they be able to keep the momentum into the last 4 minutes?
You have a very wicked sense of humor, Mr. Allen. Calling a whole team Goliath is actually kind of crazy. And now we're seeing the Ruby Rascals. Nice passes there, and between Nonofo and Lukani, and finally making it into the world of making it into the potential, the roof. The ring rather, and now the ladies also find themselves having a potential free throw. I'm not seeing who's on the free throw line. It is Lukani. No pressure on Lukani. Ooh, that would have been wonderful. Like I've said again and again, Mr. Allen, there is still no pressure. She has two chances at redemption. For that one, they could have a potential lead increment. We'll see, and they take it. Mr. Allen, any thoughts on the execution of that point?
I mean, for a brief 10 seconds, there was no wind present here, so that could have been maybe a little assistance there from God to get the ball within the bucket for the Ruby Rascals. But right now, the Ruby Rascals are now starting to have the upper hand. I mean, within the first half, the Cobalt Renegades were the team that was on top of the Ruby Rascals, but right now in this game of David and Goliath, are the Cobalt Renegades gonna silence David here with a throw as Bukhari tries to go for the 3-pointer, but was not able to slot it in. The ball again finds Bukhari as he drives right into the paint, finds the number 22, and will she make the shot from the sideline? But it wasn't able to make the shot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Allen, for holding it down. In that moment of silence that Steez had gotten in, we're seeing Lukani now on the ball. Lukani misses the ball, and the finger goes into the eye of Hazel, who acts like nothing actually happened to her eyes. There's Lukani now, nice dummy there on Keletso. I'm seeing Naledi, nice block there. They're gonna catch the ball. It's Lukani traveling and at the same time walking out of bounds of the court.
I mean, by the looks of things right now, the Ruby Rascals are on top of things at the moment. And if you're looking at the fouls right now, it looks like the Cobalt Renegades are in a little bit of pressure, hence the accumulation of fouls from the team. But we're going to see if they're going to keep a cool head right here on this cool Friday evening right here at the UB Courts, where we see
We cannot take
Dreezy
anything.
finding the number 17 at the corner.
We cannot take anything away from these two teams, Mr. Allen. They're playing really, really well. I won't lie, I haven't seen anything like this. Right now, we have the Ruby Rascals leading, something which I find crazy. I was telling you earlier today, Mr. Allen, remember that the last time a team played with an insufficient number of players, but they actually picked up the victory. And right now, it is Ruby Rascals that are now leading, and Ruby Rascals are leading the Cobalt Renegades with the Ruby Rascals at 26 and the Cobalt Renegades at 23. And just as we speak, we're seeing a potential two-pointer.
Looks like the number 19, Tabiso, has been called, or should I say the ref has called for an offense there by the 19. But right now, both teams are called for timeout, and it looks like it's the Ruby Rascals who called for the timeout. But right now, it looks like at the moment, if you look into the fouls, it looks like within the second half, the Cobalt Renegades have committed 2 fouls within the second half, whereas the Ruby Rascals have kept themselves disciplined within the entirety of the second half. I mean, there are only 13 minutes left within the game, so we're still yet to see if this until we see if the Ruby Rascals come on.
Interesting time out here, Mr. Allen. Looks like the two teams now are very, very frustrated, if I might interject, Mr. Allen. We also need to be wary of what we say as commentators. We might throw off the listeners or combination of the Ruby Rascals. It's Naledi. I can see Naledi on the court. I'm seeing Faith. I'm seeing Hazel. I don't see Lukani. There is Lukani and Nono for very hectic. The lady I'm not seeing on the court is Michelle. Michelle is the one who is not on the court. And Keletso walks in for the Cobalt Renegades. There's Drizzy. And no, it's the lady Faith. Faith Kenelongore, she is on the free throw line and unfortunately does not able to get it in. But we need to appreciate that there is no pressure in this game. No pressure, Faith.
Ooh. I mean, she tried to go the opposite direction of where the wind was going. So, I mean, that was a very smart shot there, but she wasn't able to find those 2 points for the Ruby Rascals. But we're going to see if the Ruby Rascals right now are going to keep this momentum into the last minutes of this half. But we're going to see what Bogadi is going to do with the ball. But the ball, again, still ends up with Hazel.
And I would like to say that, yes, I would also blame the wind, Mr. Allen. It's blowing tremendously fast. Nice catch there. Oh, and she misses. She misses that one. Ooh, I think it could have been the pressure. It's Faith That was a nice pass, Nalewani. Man, it's very frustrating with the ball now hitting the court after it has been shot there by Keletso for the Cobalt Renegades. Keletso finding herself on the free throw line, and in front of her is Tabiso. I'm not seeing is it a 2-pointer? No, it looks like it's just the foul. No any penalty whatsoever. There's Bokhadi now. Bokhadi talking to Keleto, going for a layup. No, she goes outside. Now I'm damning the ladies, and there is Faith now. Faith with the turnover, looking for redemption. Hazel, who's she gonna pass it to? She passes it to the lady in red. It's Lukani. I'm not seeing Lukani.
I mean, right now it looks like the Ruby
Lugani.
Rascals are trying to take the advantage of the game.
Andrea now passing it to Tabiso. Tabiso misses, and with Tabiso missing, the ball goes and
It's like the number 21, Gani was calling for space, but the ball again is intercepted by Bohadi. And right now, looking to slow down the pace of the game as Drizzy finds Apeo by the 3-point line as Bohadi tries to find a shot there all the way from downtown, but fails. And somehow the ball is still within possession.
nice sidestepping there. Nice sidestepping there by the lady, and it looks rather really well done there to the lady in red. I won't lie, I like it when ladies play like this. It's too competitive. It's really smart, and we need to also appreciate that the talent isn't only seen in ladies. Remember that little thing that was started there, her sport. You will be seeing maybe some people here wearing pink, but let's see what Hazel has to do now. And just as she gets her hands on the ball, the official calls for it, and we're seeing a potential change here by courtside. It's Michelle waiting to call in a player. I'm not sure who she's going to be playing. She's going to be calling in Faith, and now Faith is the one who walks out, and it's Michelle right now. What is the official going to be doing? Let's see what the official has to do. Ooh, and just as I'm about to score now, it proves highly futile.
I mean, Michelle at the moment, despite being injured within the start of the first half, it looks like she's starting to immediately have an impact in this game, as she managed to draw a foul and another free throw point there for the Rubies in red. But we're still gonna see if Michelle is gonna make another one within these difficult conditions. But I mean, impressive start despite her having a little bit of injury concerns within the start of the second half.
When we look at the Ruby Rascals bench, Mr. Allen, it looks rather eccentric. The Ruby Rascals are leading regardless of how less the manpower is. Look at those passes, man. Nice overhead pass and nice block there by Peu. What are they gonna do? A chance at redemption? No, they're not seeing anything, and the official calls it. That was a foul on Tabiso there by the two ladies. That offensive rebound. We're not seeing anything right now. And it's Drizzy now passing the ball to her teammate Tiamo.
I mean, they try Tiamo and Drizzy try to have a neat little combination there, but it looks like they weren't able to find their footing here as they lost possession of the ball.
My apologies on that, Alan. It's not Siamo, rather, it's Tabiso. Tabiso is the one who actually had been in that altercation. Now we're seeing Bokhadi versus Naledi. Let's go. It's Keleto now, sidestepping. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna go for a layup alone? No. And just like that, they steal the ball with a nice chest-to-chest pass by to Michelle. Michelle gives it to Naledi, and Naledi loses possession. Now it's Bokhadi almost traveling there, but now she's dribbling towards the other side. Now in attack, it's Peu. Peu goes for the shoot. She aims, and it's inside of the ring. Man, that would have been a deadly combination by the Ruby Rascals, proving too futile towards the end rather lost by Naledi. But let's see, chance at redemption. I'm seeing the lady Hazel now passing it to Michelle. Michelle is the one who now tried to be selfless and calls for a pass, and the pass unfortunately becomes unsuccessful. And before that, I can see the Ruby Rascals calling for a timeout. The ladies are running. They're looking absolutely active, man. They look optimistic. They're smiling. They're very optimistic. Meanwhile, on the blue side, the blue corner does not look optimistic. There's too much pessimism I'm seeing there with the 2-point deficit and the points difference on that side. There are 2 points behind the Ruby Rascals, Mr. Allen.
I mean, right now, if you look into the timeouts used, looks like the Ruby Rascals have used the last timeout, so they won't be able to call a timeout as the game proceeds on. So right now, if you look into which team has the advantage, again, it's the Cobalt Renegades, especially with the amount of players that they have in the bench. It could prove to be very difficult for the Ruby Rascals to come up with something today. But based on how things are going, it looks like, again, it could be an within the game. So each look to the stats at the moment, especially with right now in terms of the leader for the points for the Cobalt Renegades. It looks like right now the number 23 for the Cobalt Renegades, Boghadi, is leading with 10 points. And as for the Ruby Rascals, it still looks like most of the players are scoring the points here, but in terms of the points leaders, Hazel is leading for them. But we're still going to see where these two teams are going to be. These two teams are going to be taking it all the way down to the wire. As again another foul is called.
That was a really nice jump there by the lady. However, the teams are concerned, but she shouldn't twist her ankle again. But we're seeing potential there. Let's see. It is the lady in red at the free throw line. Ooh, and she misses, but she still has a chance for redemption, Mr. Allen. Still has a nice chance there for redemption. Let's see what she has to do. No pressure on the lady. Looks like there was tremendous pressure there, and the lady is Michelle. Now the ball is in the hands of Naledi. Naledi gives it to Hazel. It's Michelle again. No, now the turnover now. It goes in the blue team. Let's see what's going to be happening now. Boghadi, a 3-pointer. She goes for the layup. No, it's a pass. Dumbing even the commentator. I'm not seeing anything at this point. Masisi on the far left side of the court, and there's Keleto. Keleto now passes it back to Tabiso, and Tabiso puts it inside. And now we're looking at another tie, Mr. Allen. We've been talking about ties so much that the word tie is starting to feel like a tongue twister in the tongue of Steve's knife. I'll tell you how many ties are tying the two teams together, but we will see.
I mean, both teams are tied at the moment yet again, and within these past 1 minute 30 seconds. But we're going to see if there's going to be an answer here from the Ruby Rascals, as they still have possession of the ball, but it's stolen from Peo.
And it's Peo now. Peo going on the attack. Peo now going on the attack, and that attack does not become successful. However, it looks like that tie, Mr. Allen, has doused the blue team with morale. They're making a comeback now with just under 10 minutes left to play. We're looking at a possible or potential victory now. I'm seeing Lukani now. It's Lukani, no, it's Keleto. Sorry, Keleto is the one who was passing the ball. A 3-pointer. No, it misses. And now that defensive rebound now is in the hands of Hazel. Who's she gonna pass it to? She gives it to Naledi. Naledi doesn't see the ball, but Bogadi has it. Layup! No! And she is still on the ball, a no-look shoot, and it proves futile. There's Naledi. Naledi doesn't see anyone. It's a brawl. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a war. It's a fight. It's like two wolves are fighting for a piece of flesh. These two teams are now here to get the prize, Mr. Allen.
I mean, yeah, especially with the remaining 8 minutes of the game, both teams need to add the gas right into the pedal as again Bogadi has possession of the ball as he's trying to find a player within the sideline, but right now we're still going to see if she's going to find some options as the Rubies are holding up quite well, but
Oh, the skills in here, man. Oh, that was very, very unfortunate there. Very, very unfortunate. And we're seeing Michelle now being the red herring towards that pass. That pass would have been really, really successful. But there is no love lost between the two teams. That pass doesn't mean that the lady is inadequate in any type of way. She ran as fast as she can, but the ball was just faster. We're looking now at the two teams. What are the two teams gonna do? And it's now 30 points.
Looks like that could have been a very important three-pointer there.
Tabiso was the one who gave us the three-pointer, Mr. Allen, making an appearance in our logs.
I mean, right now, in terms of the Cobalt Renegades, that three-pointer proved to be very important here because their number 23 managed to slot it in within from the three-point line. But again, another war happening within the paint. But
the little fight that they do when the ball is in both teams' possession, man, it's really, really crazy. It's like two dogs fighting for two wolves. It's very intense with the change in personnel. Renegades, Skeletor on the ball. Who's Skeletor gonna give the ball to? She's seeing Beo on her right side. It's no. Beo tries to get inside for a position to shoot. A two-pointer misses. And now, nice catch there. The turnover was facilitated by Hazel. Bogadi pivoting Bogadi, pivoting like a lever. We'll never see anything like this. That was nicely done. A corkscrew there by Bogadi leading the attack. Beo, no matter how nice the block was, it leaves the Cobalt Renegades at an advantage because Beo finds herself at the free throw line. And one thing about the Cobalt Renegades is their ability to seize opportunities such as this. You see an injury, they see carpe diem. They're going to be getting that one. And right before the free throw is taken, Mr. Allen, the Ruby Rascals call for another timeout, and we have 1 full, 2 partial, but we will see how this game will be going. I'm very, very much intrigued now. When this half started, Mr. Allen, 13 minutes ago, we had the Ruby Rascals leading, and now it's the Cobalt Renegades leading. Now it's no longer about how or which team can tie, it's about which team will lead with that three-pointer. And the three-pointer there, difference facilitated by Tabiso playing for Cobalt Renegades. She shot it nicely, and just as the shooting, I'm seeing the Cobalt Renegades now. The pessimism I was talking about earlier today, Mr. Allen, has disappeared. It has disappeared, and we're now looking at a sport that looks really, really nice.
You know, right now, if you look into fouls committed, well, both teams at the moment have 3 fouls each. Used a partial timeout there, bringing it back to 1. They only have 1 full timeout and also a partial timeout, while the Cobalt Renegades have 2 each. So as the game goes on, especially within this tied game, might prove to be a game of which team will be able to stall the game, and if it comes to that, and if the Ruby Rascals manage to have a large lead as they move into the last seconds of the game, I mean, the Cobalt Renegades could use those timeouts to their advantage.
And just like that, the team loses the ball, rather, Mr. Allen. It's really crazy what's happening here. I'm very much not impressed with how this game is going, Mr. Allen. We need to also appreciate what has been happening in this game. We're seeing Ruby Rascals now being led by a very concerning margin. But let's go. There's Hazel now. Hazel trying to assist. Let's see what she does. She's pivoting. She gives it to Lukani now. It's Lukani who has her hands on the ball. Nice dribble there. She's going past Keleto. A 3-pointer. No, she goes to the lady Faith. And Faith goes. Faith goes in for 2 points. Faith goes in. Faith goes in for 2 points, Mr. Allen, and the teams are now happy to be seeing what they're looking at now. Let's see Naledi. Naledi, she gives it away. She gives it to Lukani. Lukani there. No, nice block there by the ladies in blue. Bohaji now with the fastest legs on the court. Oh my word, she loses the ball at the most crucial point in time.
Oh, looks like players down on the court. I think it's the number 20. Ooh, and she's grabbing onto a knee. Could be an ACL injury, so this can put her out of the game. Hopefully it's nothing too bad there.
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Allen, it's very clear that the two teams in the court don't really train or practice, but we need to also give them grace, the ability to come here and play. The lady is stretching on the far end side, but this game is going to be a very tight game. It's going to be a very hectic. She is outside, but let's look at the court now. It's Tabiso now. What's she gonna do? She's gonna go for a 3-pointer. No, she aims and she looks for. She goes to Peu. Peu tries to give it to Masisi. Masisi does not. It finds itself out of bounds.
And that ball is still with Hazel right now. She tries to find some options within the paint, but the ball is now starting to she's trying to find a cheeky little pass there, but she wasn't able to find her lady.
Mr. Allen, we also need to give these ladies their flowers while they'll still live, because this game is actually very tough. 6 minutes left to play, and we're now looking at 59 points cumulative points scored between the two teams, with the Cobalt Renegades having the higher hand at 30 points, and we're seeing the Ruby Rascals at 29 points rather, not 30.
I mean, right now it looks like the number 20 Faith is still out at the court, but the fact that she's still able to stretch her knees shows that it's not, at least it's not that much of a serious injury. But if I was the coach, I would put her in the bench before anything worse could happen. But it looks like that 2-pointer there again. But then again, position is within the Cobalt Renegades. And again, they try to find a 2-pointer within the paint as the number 17 player tried to drive and throw her lady away. But again, the Ruby Rascals managed to steal the ball. Excellent Euro step there, but the points were not able to be added into that
lady
10.
leaving the kitchen because the pressure was too much, trying to get a breather, and then she goes in. Keep your eyes on Naledi. Keep your eyes on Naledi, Mr. Allen. Now there's Hazel. Hazel doesn't see Naledi, but let's see who Hazel sees. Hazel sees Michelle, and Michelle sees Nonofo. Nonofo goes for the lead. Oh, that was very intense there by the Ruby Rascals. And we're seeing now it looks like Pewo is going to be walking out of the game. Pewo walks out. And for the Cobalt Renegades, it's the lady in blue who is calling for this lady, confusing her numbers with the other game. But the game is still going. There's Tiamo now. What's Tiamo going to do? She gives it away. She gives it away to Tabiso. Tabiso, a three-pointer. No, the ball goes away just like that. And it's Tabiso now. Back to Tiamo again. 3 points for 33. And she doesn't get the ball now. The turnover. That nice reversal, that the turnover goes to Naledi. And the official says a foul.
And looks like it's going to be another foul here for
Very
the,
cocky
Cobalt
there.
Renegades.
Very cocky, Mr. Allen there by Lukani. I don't know what Lukani is cooking. A nice stance there. It feels like I'm watching LeBron play. But let's see what Lukani has to do. Nice dribble. She goes in alone. And unfortunately, they don't give her anything. They don't give her her flowers. They don't allow her. They block the ball. And she finds herself on the free throw line. Mr. Allen.
I think they're going to be committing way more fouls here in this game, looking at how many players they have in that bench. So I think they're going to be willing to sacrifice one of the players here to win this game. And just based on how the Ruby Rascals have been able to play here, I mean, hats off to them. The game is still tied 30-30, and the fact that they've been able to do this with only 6 players here proves that they indeed had to battle through these tough conditions, as again the win there could have been a very important factor for that free throw shot there by the number 17 in red. But right now the ball is currently in possession by the number 19 Tabiso, as she finds Miss Drizzy Boradi Drizzy, and the ball again is within possession of the Ruby Rascals.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. We're seeing the Ruby Rascals now. The Ruby Rascals are not the ones in position. There's Lukani. Lukani giving it to Hazel. Hazel, who's Hazel going to give it to? There's Naledi. Naledi goes for the three-pointer. No! And she misses. But that was a nice and beautiful attempt there by Naledi. Naledi did very, very well. I'm seeing Andrea on the court. I'm seeing a whole different of faces on the court for the ladies in blue. Right now the ball is in the hands of Tabiso. Tabiso gives it to Drizzy on the far right side there. I'm seeing a different lady back to Drizzy again. Bohadi, how dangerous is Bohadi? She might try to shoot from here, but no, she decides to play it safe. And now Tabiso goes for the layup. No, Drizzy again, three-pointer Drizzy, and she misses. And now it's back to Bohadi. 3 points. 3 points for 33, and they miss. Unfortunately, they miss again, and the official calls it. The official calls it, and the ladies look to now be very confused. I don't see what's happening. It looks like Bukhari that's the one who is going to get a shot at that potential lead.
Let's go, Andre! Let's go! Make sure they reach!
Rascals, another foul that was nicely done there.
One more possession.
In the rules, has it not been stated that a team has to full court press either the first or the second quarter?
And I hope that we get to see the unpredictability of the games of Faithworks today here, as now we're seeing the support now for the ladies in blue. They started off very, very terribly, Mr. Allen, but now they're looking to be picking up that potential lead. And
right now, Drizzy and Bukhari are still trying to find some magic here to extend the lead as the game begins to roll on. Excellent drive there by the number 24 Keleto, and there's a wall goal.
the ball,
Of
Mr.
the
Allen,
team in
has been
blue.
awarded to the blue team, and has to take discussions there between Naledi and the lady in the
here going on the courts here between the referees and the players, and I think this is regarding the decision in terms of possession of the ball right now.
It's very chaotic, Mr. Allen.
In the new rules, one of these teams have to sub in a player within the remaining 2 minutes. This game, hence the brief stop here. It seems there's going to be a change of players right now, as she's right by us at the moment, and they're looking to sub.
You have to pay in at least both
Then if they didn't, as long as we played, whether it was the first one, if she didn't play, then that's the
Waja!
The game is currently within the hands of the special champions, especially looking at how
You can make it!
Don't game is all technically, but there's still 5 seconds remaining in the game. And that will be all Renegades and Rascals are going to Jerry. Captain
This is my first win. Oh, kurang bagus sebelum sehat. What did you put in your? Huh? What are you taking? I'm asking, what are you taking from the bag? We're putting something inside.
If you guys are tuning out, remember to hashtag FBF2026 on social media platforms. Right now, I'm joined here by a lady from Ruby Rascals. She played tremendously well. Just to give a synapse of the game. How do you think you guys played, considering that you did extremely well towards the beginning of the game, but then as the game came to that shocking end, you guys fell short by just a small margin of points?
I think we played really, really well. I think also the fact that we didn't have rotation killed us. The other team had rotation. We were tired, but we tried to utilize the timeout. Had a support system on the bench. Otherwise, with how my team is, we're playing together for the first time, and I think we did tremendously well. And I just need more people to show up on my end.
The the lady is requesting for people to actually show up, but I was honestly impressed with the coordination between the teammates that you guys had. You guys played really, really well. We were seeing there the likes of Michelle and you coordinating your attacks really well. The lady playing for position 23 was the one who kept on leading and had the most attempts on the 3-pointers, even though they were proving a bit futile. Any words of encouragement that you could give to the lady and your whole team?
I think they just need to keep their heads high. It was the first game. It does not determine what the season is going to be like. I think we just need to have more chemistry, train together. But otherwise, I do love how we played and I believe in them. And we should never give up, honestly. Even if it's 10 seconds, we have to give our all. And I believe that's what we did.
Thank you so much, Naledi. That was Naledi playing for the Ruby Rascals. They did tremendously well. However, the Cobalt Renegades found those two advantages, extending the lead from 30-30 to 34-30. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you guys are going to be having a wonderful season. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys at FBF 2025. It's us again. It is us again, courtside, and this time I'm here with Bogadi. We keep having these interviews more times than I can remember now. It simply means you're playing tremendously well, and I am impressed that it's always your face at the end of the games where the Cobalt Renegades are playing, and even though in the other league tournaments where we're joining you, but here today I want your take on the victory. I want your take on how the other team played. Where were you guys able to capitalize in the victory?
Okay, I think we started well the first half, mostly because we were playing press on them. We were playing man-to-man full court, and we realized that the team has a lot of big men. They have a lot of forwards, so we capitalized on those. They didn't have a ball handler on the first half of the game, so we tried to press on them, and that's how we were winning the ball. We were running on them with those fast breaks, and yeah, that's how we won the first half.
All right. Also, there was a point there where it looks like you guys were lacking behind. What was the reason for that little deficit there? Those ties that we kept on seeing occurring. Those 3-point deficit where the Ruby Rascals were leading with 3 points. You guys tying, extending the lead. What was that pivotal moment that allowed you to change and actually extend the lead towards the end of the game, giving you guys the opportunity to run away with the match?
Okay, I think what led to the game being tied at some point was because we started lacking. We started slacking down on defense. People started complaining that the man-to-man defense was not working for them, so we tried to fall into zone, and the zone killed us a lot. We had people like Naledi shooting on us, and that's how they were able to extend at least 3 points just above us. And then towards the end of the game, we realized, okay, we don't have a shot clock. We just needed to run down the game because we were leading by 2 points. So that's how we basically won the game. We just ran down the game, and then we just played defense, man-to-man, full court press.
Right, for a team that actually won the game, you're selling yourself too short. But I like how you recognizing La Lady. She was just here. You guys played tremendously. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with Steez here on court side. For those of you guys who are listening, remember hashtag FBF26 and enjoy the games on our YouTube channel as well as on our Instagram channel for updates. This is Bogadi, and she was joining us from the team that came out victorious in FBF25 game of Fast Break Friday today. Thank you so much. Now remember, this is Fast Break Friday. We're going to be here tomorrow, but on a different event. We're going to be seeing you guys soon. I am Steez, your commentator for today, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. This is Fast Break Friday.
Look at the turnovers. No. Yeah, we can fix it. Hi, baby. No, we can fix it. One game you can take us swap it. Yeah, take us swap it. But for me, or who's taking what? I think we should do it now. So let me tell Helen or she knows. Sophia, so that I can know for change.
Hey, killer Billy and stuff.
Because for us to change, because when we don't change this, we actually have to apply as a test, but we change it. Anyone can just come in. Yeah.